If you've ever bought microgreens from the grocery store just to find out they go bad within a few days, then make sure to stick around and watch why that's happening and how you can find better microgreens or grow them yourself. So typically when you buy microgreens from a grocery store, you're really getting microgreens from a mega farm that is growing massive amounts of microgreens with a lot of automation, which can lead to a little bit of oversight to where you don't really catch all the problems. And even if they do catch all the problems, another issue is that they have to ship it all across the country. I here live in South Texas, and we see that some farms ship all the way from New Jersey, and they're crossing multiple state lines, and they're in produce food trucks that get way too cold, and they end up in the grocery store after a week of shipping, and that's already half the life of the microgreens. So typically our microgreens will last around 14 days. If you're not getting that at home in your fridge, then you're probably seeing that the microgreens have already spent half their life just getting to the grocery store. So make sure to find some local growers and be sure to check out microgreen.directory, and they have a huge list of local microgreen growers all across the country. And it's a wonderful resource to check out. Go check out your local farmers market to make sure that there is or is not someone growing microgreens. Ask around and check out all the social media pages to see if anyone's posting about microgreens in your area. On top of that, you're supporting local, you're supporting small businesses, and that dollar goes a lot further in your own community than it would going to the big box stores and the huge micro farms that are just trying to overtake and be the Amazon of microgreens. And I really don't like that mentality, and that's just me personally, but I always see a better product when it comes from a local vendor. And so if you are experiencing microgreens going bad really fast, then check out your local microgreen grower or start growing them yourself. It's really easy. It only takes 7 days for most of these greens to grow. Some are a little harder, some grow a little bit longer, but in the end, it's all worth it. So when you do find a local grower to purchase from, or you do start growing your own microgreens, you want to store them properly. Another big issue with these big box stores is that they're in these food delivery trucks and they're refrigerated. The problem is a lot of fruits, vegetables, and other products need to be refrigerated below 40 degrees. And that's a problem for these microgreens, is they don't want to be that cold. If you stick your microgreens in the fridge all the way into the back where all the cold elements are, they're gonna go bad a lot faster than if you had them in the crisper drawer, in the door of the fridge, or just right in the middle of the fridge. And just make sure that your fridge isn't too cold. And this will actually keep your microgreens lasting a lot longer. I've seen speckled peas last over a month. I chopped them up, threw them in a stir fry, ate them up, and they were absolutely delicious. Now, I don't recommend leaving your microgreens for a full month because the nutrients start to die off a little bit. You're not getting as good of a product after that anyway, but it was still good. I didn't want to waste it, and I still ate it, and it was still fine. It was actually still delicious. But I always recommend to my customers to eat them within 1 to 2 weeks. That way you're getting the freshest product that you could possibly get, and you should just keep buying fresh produce. Just like if you get an apple or if you get a banana, you don't want to wait a month before you eat it. You want to eat it fresh. That's when the best flavor and the best nutrients are going to be available to you. So keep that in mind whenever you're buying microgreens. and be sure to support your local businesses if you can. Go check out farmers markets if you have any in your area. They're all around. So just look around, check social media, and support your local businesses. I can't push that enough, is that your dollar goes much further into the community than it would if you're spending it on the Amazon of microgreens, or the giant grocery stores that are just trying to push a product. Another thing is variety. I don't see a ton of variety at the grocery stores. Sometimes I'll see broccoli, maybe sunflower, but I don't see a huge variety of microgreens being sold at grocery stores. And maybe that's just because of my location. I'm sure if you live in California or something, that there's a lot more variety at the grocery stores there. But ask your local grower if there's something that you want grown. Ask if it's available to them and if they're willing to grow it. A lot of times, most people are willing to try at the very least. And if you're willing to buy and you spend the money for them, then I'm sure they're going to be willing to try it out. And who knows, it may be a chef's favorite for the microgreen grower, and they're able to push that product a lot better. I see a lot of chefs, and they talk to me, and I ask them, is there anything you want me to grow? And I never heard of Mizuna before, and that's a chef's favorite apparently. A lot of chefs actually really like that one. If they've heard of it, if they know about it, then ask around, because you don't know what you don't know. So I started growing Mizuna, and people have just absolutely loved it. And don't be afraid to experiment. I've also created my own personal mixes. We make a ranch blend that is leeks, parsley, and dill. And so we include a ranch recipe on the back of that, and people absolutely love it. It makes some of the best ranch dressing that you could ever find. And it's just wonderful to have a variety. I don't see a lot of like micro cilantro at grocery stores. I don't see beets or Swiss chard or dill. There's a lot of these greens that some of them have a shorter shelf life, like basil and dill. They don't like being too cold, and they only last about 7 to 10 days. But they're absolutely delicious, and if you're getting them fresh and you know what you want to use them for, they're really great to add to any dish, especially like basil on pizza. We have a restaurant that uses micro basil on their pizza, and it is absolutely wonderful. It's a delicious margarita pizza. Yeah, that's it for now. And if you have any questions or ideas or any plants you think that we should grow, be sure to drop it down in the comments, and I'm happy to answer any questions that y'all have. Thanks for watching, and keep on growing.